Yeah, that's something that we're hoping to develop, and that's why. And again, I've only been in this position for well about a year now, just before COVID hit at Sherman College. So it's been somewhat difficult to establish collaborations, but we did participate in the Upstate Symposium and made some good connections there. So hopefully we'll see more collaboration. Um, I also met with some people from an osteopathic college, and it was kind of interesting because they're in a similar situation where we are, in that our primary focus is preparing practitioners. Um, so again, they too are seeking collaboration with more research oriented universities. So yes, that's part of it. If we had $1 million, we could implement our immune system project on the level we'd really like to see it. And bear in mind, $1 million sounds like a lot of money, but it really doesn't go very far in the field
I
of
said
research.
100 million first.
Yeah, the wonderful thing that we have developed out of necessity is the ability to get a lot of bang for buck and to use a lot of volunteer talent. Besides the students that receive the fellowships, we have students who are just volunteers who do it just for love of the profession and the opportunity to gain further experience. If we had $100 million, the agenda that I would like to see again would look at how the unifying systems of the body are operative in the dynamics of expression of both physical and mental well being, uh, actually, even social well being. If we go to the World Health Organization's definition of health, which was first promulgated in 1948, uh, health, what is it? Complete physical, mental, and social well being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. And that's a wonderful vision, but it really hasn't been realized. So we would be looking at the nervous system. We'd be looking at some fundamental functional studies of the nervous system, including functional magnetic resonance imaging, looking at connectomes, looking at areas of brain activation, um, relating to vertebral subluxation. Uh, we would also be looking, hopefully, at ways of bringing technology from the laboratory to the office so that we can more effectively analyze and correct vertebral subluxations. We then also work with social scientists who would look at how a patient's perceived well being and how chiropractic care affects society as a whole. There's some very interesting research that's been done in social science and in psychology looking at how a person's level of happiness actually affects not only the people they have direct contact with, but secondarily the others. And we're seeing the role of the vagus nerve with polyvagal theory in the regulation of emotions and how that affects the brain, again, tying into the mental health aspect. So, by looking at nervous system function, immune system function, mental health, patient perceived quality of life, and finally, the economic dimension, because that's extremely important to policymakers. There have been some preliminary studies that have demonstrated spectacular cost savings in individuals under chiropractic care. Uh, they have significantly fewer medical expenditures. Um, the numbers are very dramatic, and I think if we pursued that, uh, that's another very fruitful area. So um, that's a tall agenda, but yeah, we could do that if we had $100 million, or at least get a good start.